start streaming. Well, I am now. Right, we are. They should see. Yeah, people on YouTube will be seeing the the if you go to the live, you'll hear what we're talking about, and then they can see that I'm here, Dick's here, and you're here because it's the I've got the window set up so that I see the big one, and that's what I'm using, and I'm streaming that to OBS notification. But I was just kind of demonstrating, you can actually live stream this stuff really easily. But I'm using a computer, so it's a bit easier because I've got OBS set up and I've got that, and that does that. Yeah, and that'll just whop it on. You know, and look, we've even got. We've got. Guess who's watching? Carl Edwards. Yeah, you should only be. Oh, hang on. Is he not hearing? Oh, bugger. I just realised why he's not hearing you because I need to change that to. Oh no, he's going out to voice me. Okay. Sal, say something. He can't hear you. Why can't he hear you? Oh, because.
Me.
No, it's me.
Oh. For once, it's not me.
Now, now. Yes, Carl, I twisted the banana. Carl, it is your neighbour Sal who is on here with me.
How's it, Carl? How's it going?
I've got the audio all turned. I've got the audio all turned up now.
And it's.
And I haven't got Discord. I haven't got Discord or anything muted, and it's all up in there.
Can they hear you at least?
I can hear me now. He says hi, Sal.
Oh, that's nice. So he can hear us now.
Yes. And of course, my computer is now struggling to send enough data to YouTube, so it might buffer.
Oh, sorry. Well,
that's all right.
At least you showed me.
See, that's how easy it is to just do a stream. And
yes, I would love to do one. I just have to get the hang of it.
Yeah. Yeah, people come and have a look. So there's Mippet's in the side chat. Carl's in the side chat. Fred Bailey went, "Am I missing something?"
No, just one person trying to teach another person how to do this stuff.
Well, I wouldn't say so much to teachers to demonstrate that it's actually quite quick and simple.
Demonstrate. Yes, that's the one side of it. And the other side of it is that some of us are just technologically and technically like a little bit illiterate. So we need a couple of times to be shown before we can actually grasp what we need to do.
Yeah, I mean,
That's me. That's me, by the way. Me.
yeah. Of course, the other trick is that you can also get some. You could do something from your um, Discord server, yeah. And if you needed somebody to, if you needed it to actually be sent to YouTube from a computer, you could get somebody else to do this bit and show your, and then, but instead of sending it to their YouTube channel, you have them send it to your YouTube channel. Because when
Wow. Even
when
that's a thing.
well, yeah, because when Terry Davis was a naughty boy and got himself a YouTube strike and couldn't live stream, he carried on doing his show, but just streamed it into my YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. So
So he was
when do you
doing all the
think?
he was doing all the presenting in Australia, but it was going live on my channel from the UK.
Wow, okay. Wow. So
Yeah, I
the
think you're getting a
technology
bit of an
is
echo from somewhere, um, and it
me.
was, yeah. Well, when I talk to you, I hear an echo of me.
I'm sorry. I don't have any kind of software. Maybe it's the wind. The wind just came up.
Now I
It's
think they,
extremely windy right now.
yeah. Can you just speak again, Sal, quickly?
Well, the wind has just come up.
Yeah.
The
So.
windows are even rattling now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bugger. Brain fart, brain block. Audio has
Oh,
improved. Yeah, I
God.
just,
You gave me a fright.
I just,
I was waiting for you to talk.
no, so, no, because sometimes my brain just blocks all the words coming out. And
Yeah, I
that
think that
was,
happens to the best of us.
yeah.
I was watching Elon Musk explain rocket science and how they realized that, the way they changed the trajectory of the booster so they can save it and bring it and land it and whatever. How, and I was watching his eyes as he.
Are you there? No, I think, what the, what the heck's happened? Are you still there, Sal? I didn't break Sal. I don't know what's happened to Sal. Oh, Dick's Dick's gone, but he's been asleep for ages, apparently. Um, well, that's not good. The whole stream was just to show Sal how easy it is to set up a stream. So, hey Stevie, hi Dora. Who else have we got coming in? Everybody's coming in. It's yeah, we've got all the best ones here. Sal, are you back? Nope. Whoops. Yeah, whoops. I think we're going to have to call this stream to an end. Like I said, it was only a quick short one just to demonstrate to Sal how easy it was to do it. So thank you all for turning up. It's nice to see. Yeah, Sal's gone because she's dropped out of Discord. So I shall say good afternoon to all of you. Hope you're having a nice weekend. I am doing really well, thank you, Dora. I went out yesterday, ended up doing some green laning in my Mythic disconnected Dick and everything went weird. Yeah, I went green laning in my wheelchair down some pretty spectacular tracks, through a load of big puddles and what have you. So I've got some photos. I'm going to have to. I might start doing some videos where I just stream some slideshows of pictures, or at least some videos. I hope people have had a look at my latest video that went up on my time-lapse channel. Tell you what, let me throw a link into that here as well, because why not? Why can't I find my... Don't you just love it when the computer doesn't do the things you want the computer to do at the time you want the computer to do it? Switch accounts. Switch to that one. Sal's back.
Hello?
Hello, Sal.
Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Yes. What happened?
Apparently Mythic disconnected
I was talking
Dick.
to myself, basically.
Yeah, Mythic disconnected Dick, and then all of a sudden your audio went, and then you dropped out completely.
Yes, didn't you hear me say, I don't know what's happening. I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I've just stuck a link for those that are around to my time to the channel where I'm putting all my time lapses up now.
Ah, I see, I see.
And
Are we still talking on your YouTube channel, or
we
we
are
just
no, we are still talking on my
talking on
YouTube
Discord
channel
right now?
because I didn't close, I didn't stop the stream. I was just prattling on to myself about the fact that I was
My pet is also quite naughty. I hope she had something really nice to eat.
yeah. So
Is she still in the chat?
I, she was in the chat a couple of minutes ago.
We shouldn't give them silence if there are people actually
No,
listening
no,
to us.
I
We should
was,
like,
I was chatting. I was chatting even when you weren't here. I basically I was
yeah,
answering
I thought I
questions
was
out the
talking
side
about
chat,
Elon Musk, and then I
and
was
then
trying to tell Elon Musk's story, and then everything just went dead.
yes, it was yummy, says
Oh
Miffit.
God.
Yeah. What's Dora? What I'm trying to do?
Is Carl Edwards still in the chat? He can
Of
tell
course,
us how beautiful the weather is where he is. The weather is actually very beautiful. Besides the wind, very beautiful today.
yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice out there today as well. I'm hoping that my wheelchair, as I stupidly got home last night after driving for miles and miles and miles and having lots of fun off roading in an electric, in a 2-wheel drive EV with road tyres. Um, I must go out and have some more fun because I've been stuck in this. I've been stuck inside for so long especially with the weather being so rubbish. And
Yes, the weather is a hindrance, isn't it?
yeah, Dora, I'm kind of almost tempted to build something that would that I could use to go off roading or to ride to ride around in. Um,
Well,
but
off-roading is a thing
but
here. A lot
but
of the side roads are dirt roads.
yeah. Um,
I'm just gonna mute. My hubby is actually home for lunch. I'm just gonna
okay.
hear what's happening.
Yeah, I think the hardest part about off-roading in my wheelchair is the fact that um, it uses differential steering on the back wheels and the front wheels caster. So it's uh, it's fun. At least some of your main roads are dirt now as well, are they, Carl? That is a shame if they were previously not dirt.
Maybe you can tell us about the configuration of your little two-wheel drive.
Right, it's it the wheel layout is classic wheelchair. So you've got fixed wheels at the back that the drive the potholes have merged that 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 drive you forwards, and then the front wheels are just caster. They've got and you steer it with a joystick, and of course you make one wheel go a bit faster than the other wheel, and it turns. Or if you really want to make yourself sick, you start and you're stationary. You throw the stick all the way to the left or all the way to the right, and one wheel rotates clockwise and one wheel rotates anti-clockwise. and then you go spinning
And
around, and then you go spinning around almost on the spot.
oh, okay. So you have a
But
little bit of fun then.
yeah, you can have a little bit of fun. But like I say, it just, when it starts getting, the worst bit is when you hit something that's a bit, yeah, where you like, if you lose traction on one wheel, you end up flipping turning, don't you? Because the front wheels
Oh
aren't
my
in,
goodness.
the front wheels aren't fixed, so the front wheels will caster. So the minute one wheel at the
They're
back
just
is going
turning
faster than
around
the
and
other, you
around.
start turning because that's how the chair
Oh.
turns. So if you lose traction one side, the chair just turns into
And
the direction you
conservation
lost.
of momentum is a thing.
Yeah.
And
Well,
have
you know,
you, can you please be careful so you don't like hurt yourself more?
um, I have no plans to tip the chair over because, like, does it?
And is this chair like modified for you?
The chair, I have a custom built seat on it that
Yeah, something
that
should be
that has
comfortable
that
at
has got
least.
a little bit that has got a little bit narrower than it was when I got it, or so it feels. But I've had it 3 years. My bum might have got a little wider in that time. But I can't have it any wider anyway because otherwise I wouldn't be able to get it in and out the front door. Because it
Oh
literally, if
God.
I open the front
Okay.
door and hold the front door open as far as it will go, yeah, the chair just goes through the door.
Oh. But why is the door so small?
Well, I don't know. That's the thing. The bungalow I live in was built to allow for a wheelchair user. Okay, so all the internal doors are extra
Yes.
wide, so no problem getting through any of the doors in the house in the wheelchair. The front, they're like 32-inch wide doors. The front door opening, on the other hand, 27 inches.
I'm sorry I'm laughing, but why didn't they use like the same principle for the actual entrance?
Well, that's what I don't
So
understand
silly.
either. They could have designed the place to be a little bit, yeah, they could have made the place just a little bit bigger and then just had a properly wide door. Because the stupid thing is,
Yes, and now
the,
you don't
the,
have to.
the outside the path comes up and it's completely level with the front door. There's no step. It's all completely level,
Oh,
so the chair can come through
yeah,
with no step. But
without bumping or anything.
yeah, I mean, there's the lip where the door seals, but I mean that's tiny, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So now you can't get any bigger than this chair,
No,
obviously.
no, I can't get any bigger than the
So,
chair.
yeah. Look, I live 3.5 meters above the ground level. There's these absolutely steep steel. They actually built the steps out of steel, you
Yeah,
know, like pieces of steel, and they welded it all together. And then they brought it here and then bolted it to the wall.
yeah,
So as you're walking up the steps, you can actually see through the spaces, to the
yeah.
other side. And when you're walking down, there's holes in
Great.
these pieces of steel,
Yes,
and then you can see through the holes.
yes. Sounds like a grating. Sounds like steel grating.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what they typically use over here for putting stairs up the outside of a building, because the water always drains through them nice and easily, and
Mm, mm.
see that way they don't get slippery in the wet because you're always only on those
Yes.
small edges. The water, they tend to have actually quite good grip when they're wet. So
But you cannot like run down the stairs bare feet because of those grooves in the steel.
yeah, you probably don't want to be doing that.
I did try to do that a couple of times, because like if the one afternoon, I saw some really massive black clouds coming in from the southeast, and I thought I'm going to quickly run down the stairs to get these photos. And the first step I took down had like a little slip to it because I was bare feet. So I couldn't literally like bolt down the stairs. I had to take it easy, lest I see my ass on one of those steps.
Yeah, you really don't want the imprint of the steps on your ass either, do you?
I am so afraid of gravity. You have no idea. It's like I'm so afraid of falling. I think I'm more afraid of falling than the actual height that I'm at, because I do go up to the tower, as I
Yeah.
said. And it's like the actual falling from the height, not the height
Yeah.
itself. That's what I'm afraid of. So, yeah. I think that's why I'm able to conquer it a little bit and just go up there to take those photos. Because in a way, I know that the building is steady enough that I won't fall, in that precise moment.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah. But you know what they say? Gravity sucks.
Gravity sucks.
I'm prone to falling over. I mean, I can fall over without any prompting or alcohol.
The thing is that I get this ooziness. I used to have, I don't know whether I still do, I didn't check, but I used to have low blood pressure. So just for any reason, I'd feel oozy. And for like a split second, I would feel like I'm going to fall over. And okay, that happens at least once a month, I would say, quite
Uh,
often. But it's
do,
because of the blood pressure that I feel that ooziness. And I feel that if it lasted for like more than that split second, I would hit the floor.
okay. Sal, Dora is asking where you're from because of the
I am
accent.
from South Africa. I live close to the town of Pretoria, about an hour's drive, and heading sort of northeast of Pretoria.
So Dora says I have an accent compared with Sal.
Oh, nice. Where is Dora from?
Dora is from the Netherlands. She's Dutch.
Okay, so maybe it's because we have the influence of Afrikaans here, which was adapted from the old Dutch. Maybe that's why I have it in my accent.
Yeah.
But I am Indian, born and bred in South Africa, but my ancestry is Indian, from India, the
Yeah.
Indian, the India kind of Indians, not the American kind of
Yeah.
Indians.
Yeah. I know there was I know there's a very quite a big Indian population in South Africa, isn't there?
Yes, quite a. I don't. Where I live, there aren't any Indians. I'm like the only one here. So I barely come across Indians unless I maybe go to another part of the city
Yeah.
to seek out Indians. I don't mingle with them because I don't actually come across them.
Yeah.
So
Well, the funny thing is where I am because populations in lots of rural parts of England have been quite stable for a very long time. There, there, there's not a lot other than white English. You don't see too many, but the petrol station in the village has recently been taken over by a a guy whose family is originally from India. But the funny thing is, I was chatting to him, and he comes from the same town that I come from.
I just knew you were going to say something like that. Or like, he spoke in the same accent that I do.
No. We were chatting, and he just, and he sort of said, yeah, he said, well, the first shop I started, he said, the first shop I owned was a general store right next to Elm Park Tube Station. And I just thought that was my local tube station.
That's funny. That's funny. So close, yet so far, yet so close.
Yeah, it's like, you just don't expect people who come from the same place you come from to come open a business around the corner from you.
Yes, it's almost like coming full circle type of thing. Like however many years ago you've lived in the same place and went to the same place, or and you've never like interacted with each other, but now, however many years later, you have now bumped into each other and realized that you've actually lived in the same neighborhood but never mingled.
Yeah, well,
now you can.
Yeah, I mean, we're going from a pretty densely populated London suburb to about as rural as it gets in the UK.
Me too. I came to this place from Johannesburg. Johannesburg is like one of the most populous cities in Africa.
Yeah.
And I think now there's like more than 10 or 12 million people. If I'm not mistaken, the last time I checked, it was like in the 10 millions.
Yeah.
And we left that place where like we'd walk outside our door and we'd get a bus, to go to whichever direction we wanted to go in, or a taxi.
Yeah.
Now we are literally in the middle of nowhere. Although a main artery does go past, it's a main back road, we call it. It runs parallel to one of the national highways, but it's sort of like a back road, but it's very busy. So even though we are in the middle of nowhere, the traffic is hectic.
Yeah, the main road just here is absolutely crazy this weekend. Oh, Carl says, remind Sal.
You did say that there's a holiday.
Yeah, Carl says, remind Sal that I am cursed with living in Johannesburg too.
Oh, wonderful. Which part of Joburg do you live at, Carl?
Why does it look?
I can't hear you now.
Can you not hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you.
Sorry, I stopped speaking for a moment because I was trying to do something with the computer, and I needed more brain power than I have to do looking at the computer and talking at the same time.
Oh, okay. So I was asking Carl which part of Joburg he is at.
And asking YouTube chat is good for silence due to the lag, because the YouTube chat is like 20 to 30 seconds. Oh, sorry, the audio going to YouTube takes about 20 or 30 seconds to get out on the stream. So we speak and they don't hear us for 20 or 30 seconds, and then they got to type an answer, and then
yes. So there's like sort of a delay.
Yeah. Oh, and saber legal. Yes, there are a few places more rural than that, but I think pretty much all of those that you've mentioned are not in England. You know, the Highlands of Scotland, the islands of Scotland,
He's
because
not in England.
not in England. Benbecula, I know Benbecula because Benbecula was one of the places the RAF could have sent me. Oh, and and the other great thing about this YouTube community is where everybody's from, because greetings to Earth is Life from Hawaii. And I know we've
Wow,
got.
Hawaii, how's it going?
Oh, I said UK, didn't I? Didn't I? Okay, Sabre Legal. I'll I'll accept that. I said the UK, not England.
Well,
Carl
I can't
Edwards.
see the side chat,
Okay, Carl
so
Edwards says he's in um, Rudeport. Did I pronounce that?
Rudaport.
Rudeport. Yeah. Sorry. I.
Yes.
Lots,
Yeah, no,
lots,
we get,
lots and
we
lots of
understand.
lots and lots of O's in there. It's a guess for
Yes.
the pronunciation.
It's
Ah.
basically like borderline past the south of Johannesburg, and there is a couple of highways that is literally like if you drive it, you will drive around Roodepoort and come past the south of Johannesburg and then go into Sandton and then make a turn and drive all the way back. There is like a highway that can do that without like turning anywhere. You just have to take like two off ramps basically,
Yeah.
and you can make that a circle.
Okay. Earth is Life is formerly Beeble for Life, so that's why I didn't recognise it, but now I know it. Yeah. Okay, Saber Legal. If I want to name it, does that mean you can't add Exmoor to the list either? Yes, there are a few places that are a little more rural, but you know it's there's a huge great
I
expanse of
think if
water
you
just
want
outside
to,
of where I am that nobody lives in because it's bog. So yeah, it's it's rural.
I
At
think
least
if you
North.
want to look at really rural, you have to come to like South Africa or places deep in Africa where you see these. It's just like one dirt road, and then as you're driving along, there's like one little hut with a person or or family trying to sell things to people who are going past. And I'd say that that is like more rural than what we or should I say I am calling rural, like I'm deep in the bush.
Yeah,
Like I'm literally deep in the bushes. We call it this is part of the bushveld.
yeah. It's
So there are more places that we can call rural than what we are referring to now in this conversation.
yeah, and as Sabre Legal says, there are places that are more rural than this, but of course it's it's all relative. We got so many people in such a tiny country, really. 12, 50 odd million people in the UK. No, I think it's even bigger than that
50
now.
million?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
South Africa's population is around, give or take, 50 million. South Africa.
yeah,
And we are a fairly big, piece of land.
yeah. It's one of those things. Yeah, people Oh, sorry. Saving said, I'm incorrect. The population has been growing. I think it's now apparently at 68, yeah, 68 million, 70 million, closer to 70 million. So, yeah.
In England, or
No,
should I
not in
say that?
England.
Sorry. In the UK,
In the UK. And most of that is in England. I think there's
70 million.
about 5 or 6 million in Scotland. Okay. Save Illegal comes to the rescue. 67,530,172 according to Wikipedia for the 1st of July 2019. So, yeah,
I'm sure things have changed since then.
Yeah. So 68 million. And yeah.
All right, so you guys have more people than us, and some of the millions of our population are not South African. So, we've got like foreign nationals and illegal immigrants and other types of inhabitants. I don't know what kind of names they get, like asylum seekers and refugees and things like that. So they add to our own population. So I'd say the South African population is about 50 million. And then we've got some other people who live in our country who are not, I want to be charitable and say like not part of our country, but they live here and they work here and they do their thing here, as opposed to like going home and doing whatever they want to do in their own countries. So we have that part of the population in our country. So we should have about 60 million people.
Yeah. I just wanted to say something to Dora. Yes, there are at least 2 people extra due to my family. Actually, it's 3 people extra because, yes, my daughter had a little boy last year and then she had a little girl this year. And my son's partner also had a little boy this year, so they've been helping to increase the population. Scotland,
well, I myself have done
million.
My part with that.
Wales 3.1 million. Falkland Islands 2,840. Wales 1.36 million. Greater London 8.9 million. Yorkshire 5.3 million. Northern Ireland 1.8 million. And so the rest is in England. So it's
for some reason I was lost. I was just like cut off, thrown out.
Again?
And now I'm back.
Oh. Yeah, and I'll agree with Stevie B for something that was a little bit earlier up in the chat when Miffit said about 25 million in Australia. And Stevie V suggested that, yes, the spider's got the other.
The spiders, oh my goodness.
I'm going to guess it's the spiders.
I heard that there's a rat problem in Australia now.
I thought it was a mouse problem. They got a plague of mice in.
Mouse, right? Mouse, not rats. Difference.
Yeah, they got a plague. They got plagues of mice in parts of New South Wales and Queensland, I believe, because they had the fires and then they had some flooding just recently, and it pushed all the mice out of the bush into. I mean, I've seen the film of it, and it is literally plagues of mice running around. You see the whole thing. Yeah, especially at night time, they put the lights on, and you can just see the ground moving because it's
Covered in mice.
covered in mice all running around. And of course, it's a real problem because they're in the farms, so they've got into the food stores,
attack the crops,
and of course that just destroys.
And they're quite resilient. They can bite their way through like a rice sack or something.
Oh, yeah,
it's not an obstacle for them.
Yeah, I mean, people are not even able to sleep in the home. Trying to go. So you go in your bedroom.
Maybe they need the Pied Piper.
Need something.
Yeah, somebody needs to find a melody.
Anyway, guys and girls.
Thank you so much.
I'm looking at the time, and I really would like to go out for a bit and go and get some lunch down by the river, because it's a nice day and I can do it without having to get cold and horrid.
Well, thank you so much for doing this for me and with me. I really appreciate it. I hope the people watching or listening to this impromptu enjoyed it also. And I will catch you guys later.
Yeah, because everybody in the side chat is here. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so thanks for coming, Carl and Mippet and Stevie B and Saber Eagle and 9 O'Clock Hero, Earth is Life, Dora. I'm trying to think who else has been here. Fred Bailey was here. Scrolling back up to make sure I haven't missed any names. I think I've got everybody. By the time I've got to the top, anybody I've missed will come back in and say I was here. But I think we got.
And we really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys.
So thank you very much, guys. And I shall then hit the